Well, hi, I'm 𝐂𝐫𝐸, welcome back. Many of my newer subscribers don't know what this machine is, but some of my old ones do. This was a quad truck I built years ago, and since I built the articulating dump truck in the 𝐵𝐻𝐺𝐲, it just fell to the wayside. It's been sitting for years, probably 4 years. It's time to fix this thing up. I have a friend in desperate need. Just got done with a hernia surgery, second one he's had, and a knee surgery. He's way out in the woods packing firewood and tools around. This is going to be the perfect machine for him. So we're going to put a new engine, make it super reliable and simple, fix everything wrong with it, and pass it on and give it to my friend Dave. It's actually Hobo Dave that makes all the music for a lot of my videos. So stay tuned. We're going to fix this quad truck up, get it super reliable, and he's going to have a new machine. So enjoy the video. So I had to dig way back in my old archive footage to find a video of this old quad truck back when it was in its prime. Here, me and my nephew were hauling a bunch of cedar siding with it. Whether I was hauling lumber, tools, firewood, or gravel, it was a super useful machine. Made a major improvement for my life, and I know it will for Dave as well. So first off is pull out these old F-250 axle parts and get this thing ready, hauled down with the excavator to pressure wash, get it cleaned up. It definitely looks like an old haggard beast, but it's going to be a good machine once we're done with it. So what I'm really after on this project here is make it simple and super reliable. So the back tires I replaced a few years ago, they're still holding there. They got great tread. Front have decent tread. There's some cracking in them, but they go flat over time. I don't want my friend fiddling with these and dealing with pumping them up when he wants to use it. So we ordered some tubes for up front. This engine's been good. I shaped the head, added bigger carb, bigger cam, different valve springs. It's been a great engine, but I think it's got an intake leak or something like that because it's always been fairly hard to start when it's cold. Once it's warm, it's been very dependable. I don't want them fiddling with that, so I got a stock Predator 212 that we're going to put in here. This engine I'm going to put on the shelf and use it for a mini bike or something in the future. The hydraulic dump bed I used a rack and pinion for, that's been fine, but there's been some issues like tensioning the belt with the CV transmission's been kind of awkward and it's been geared a little tall. So we're going to get rid of the whole hydraulic system on here. I just want it simple and reliable. So let's get to it. So unfortunately, I noticed there's water in the exhaust manifold, so it does pull over, but I think this engine's seen better days. I'll probably tear it apart, salvage what I can, or just try to rebuild it, but water didn't do it any good. So here's the hydraulic pump I got from a Subaru. I did a video on this a long time ago. This is actually part of your steering component for your rack and pinion. This I turned into a hydraulic valve. This cylinder here is actually cut out of a rack and pinion. I ended up cutting a bunch of the stuff apart. And it worked as a good hydraulic dump, but the gearing was kind of a little bit off and it just complicated this build. So I'm just going to strip all this off of this thing and just go back to just a straight up manual lift dump. So here I'm just removing some old wiring from old options that I had on here a long time ago and cutting off old brackets on the frame for the hydraulic pump mounts. Just removing anything that just doesn't have to be on the frame anymore. Just kind of patching it up and simplifying it again. Because the tire is so old, I thought I could just pop them off the rim. Not gonna happen, so I got out my DIY bead breaker. Built this years ago. There's actually a video I'll link below in the description. There's also going to be a video series for building this old quad truck if you want to watch those old videos. See that nasty water coming out of there? But that's old slime tire sealant. Never worked very well. That's why I'm putting these nice tubes in here. Should work a lot better. So it's time to work on the front brakes here. The old master cylinder leaked a bit. The window had been cracked out of it for the fluid level. So I ordered a new one. Front brakes are definitely a must on this machine for hauling firewood around on steep hills. And the front master cylinder also works as a parking brake. So let's get this thing replaced. So I'm just going through here and trying to repaint most of the frame, especially while the engine's out of it. It's always going to look a little bit on the rough side, but you know what? A little bit of paint will help cut down on any rust. All right, got a Predator 212 Hemi engine here. Got this one on sale for $119, which is amazing deals for these things. Had some people that just don't understand these engines. They wonder why I use these stupid lawnmower engines on a lot of my builds. Because you can get an engine for 119 bucks on sale. That's why. It puts out 6.5 ponies right out the box, and we're gonna get rid of the governor here, put 22-pound valve springs in it, and a mild jet kit, and a more free-flowing exhaust. So might be putting out maybe 7.5 after this. Now, mainly why I'm doing any modifications is just to match the CV transmission. This one is tuned for a non-governed engine, and I don't want to fiddle with the CV transmission anymore. So let's get this thing out of the box and start modifying it.
Well, I was out waiting for the mailman to come by. That's what you do when you're 5 in 1985. Watch the TV where the blonde-haired girl tells you what you want. I was waiting for my Gatorade bottle to come. You see idolized stars on the television radio. Seattle Supersonics and you got Dale Ellis shooting free throws. Driving into the side of the freeway drunk. Role models for the kids.
So if you notice, I did not pull the head off to actually change these valve springs. There's a technique by lowering the piston all the way down on the compression stroke, slide some soft clean rope into the cylinder through the spark plug hole, and slowly bring up the piston until it's top dead center, compressing your valves, and that way you can usually pull off your valve springs without actually taking your head off. Just a simple little tip I wanted to share with you guys.
Because I'm almost 40 now and I'm probably out swimming in the deep. If we keep on keeping on, we'll be fine. Yeah, right. If you don't start to grow, then you're probably just gonna die.
So here's my ArcDroid CNC plasma cutter. I've been using this for the past few months, and I really like the fact that you can draw most of the basic parts with a standalone touchscreen. You never have to fire up any other external software. The drawing program at the time is very basic, but there seems to be lots of updates coming. Once there's more features added to the software, I'll definitely be making a video specifically about drawing and cutting parts with your ArcDroid. I should also have a promo code by then available, which should save you some cash, so keep an eye out for that video. know a lot of people out there have been interested in welding, but always thought it was out of their price range. Well, I just made a video recently about affordable $200 welders. I'm actually giving Dave one of the welders from that video so he can start learning how to weld as well. It's one of those things I try to encourage most people in my videos to pick up the skills of welding and building stuff. It's just a nice thing to know how to do. So now that we got those CNC cut parts all welded on here, it's time to put these struts on. I ordered these on Amazon. They're actually rated for 150 pounds of lifting force per strut, but because they're mounted in the center of the bed, we got a mechanical advantage, but still about all I want to push down on this thing. But if we don't work on a latch mechanism, it's just going to keep lifting up. So right now we're working on a latch hook, and that should be good to go. Keep in mind, the whole idea with this is just keeping it super simple. All right, this seems like a good point to wrap up part number 1. We'll be coming back with part number 2 shortly. I've been taking care of my whole family for the last week or so. They all got the flu, and I think it's kind of caught up to me too. You can hear my voice sounds pretty funky. Keep in mind, we do 2 videos a month every other Friday. So if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. You know, hit the bell notification. Most of my subscribers don't use the bell, so most of them don't know when I have a new video. But like I said, 2 videos a month every other Friday. And leave a respectful comment down below and hit a thumbs up if you'd like. Until next time, I gotta get out of this cold shop and go up and take care of my fam. So see you next time. Goodbye.